Hi, my name is David. This is INFJ Writer, and today I'm going to talk about the INFJ NI-TI loop. There are about 1,000 videos on this. This is another one. As an INFJ, we have 4 cognitive functions. The first of which is introverted intuition. Now, I've had videos where I've talked about this before. Basically, it's a background process in our subconscious that's sort of gathering information about the world around us, and it's how we process things. It's not something that's active. It's not something that you're really thinking about all that much. It's just kind of going on and absorbing information from everything around you and sort of putting it all together like a big puzzle. The second one is external feeling. And external feeling is our way of connecting with the world and other people. It's one of the reasons that INFJs are usually really good to talk to. We like that human connection. We like to feel things externally. It's what we do when we're healthy and we get out of the house, maybe not for too long, and have a deep, meaningful conversation with another person. And that sort of lets us get out into the world and experience things through how we feel about them, which is very important for an INFJ. The third one, which isn't all that great for us, it's one of our weaker cognitive functions, is that internal thinking, right? Introverted internal thinking. And this is our way of putting things together logically. So we're not great at logic stuff, but we can do it, and it's one of those things where we like for things to make sense, and that is our thinking function. The last one on the cognitive totem pole, if you will, is external sensing, and this is our 5 senses. It's our sight, our sound, and all that stuff. It's what we experience when we're out in the world and we feel the breeze on our face and we feel the sand in between our toes. It's those senses, and that can in turn affect how we feel about things, and that affects our thought process and how we think things through and everything else. And all of these things work together for an INFJ. There is one dangerous little caveat to this whole thing, and that is when we get stuck in something called an NI-TI loop. Basically, I think of an NI-TI loop as this. An NI-TI loop is what happens when we have intuitive feelings about something. Our intuition's working overtime, and it sort of skips right over all of the feeling stuff and goes straight to overthinking, which is not one of our stronger functions. And so we gather information on a subconscious level, and then we start overthinking about it, which ends up putting back information into our intuition, which ends up sending it back to overthink about it, which puts it back to our intuition. You get the idea. Our feeling is kind of like shoved to the side, and it's like, shut up feeling, you don't matter right now. We have to overthink this really hard. It can be a bad thing for an INFJ to get stuck in this. We end up feeling really overwhelmed. It's an unhealthy state of mind to be in, and we just sort of get absolutely crazy as far as how we're thinking things through, and logically it ends up making less and less sense because it's just this kind of constant feedback loop. I can explain this better by giving you a sort of skit walkthrough of what this is actually like in a simple scenario. This isn't going to be perfect, but it's going to be my version of whatever this is. Hi, I am introverted intuition, and I am the strongest cognitive function for an INFJ. Hello, I'm external feeling, and I like to feel things. Feeling is great. Internal thinking, I make sense out of everything. I'm external sensing, or whatever. This is bullshit. So let me illustrate a simple and straightforward example of what a healthy cognitive process might be like for an INFJ. There's a spider web in the kitchen. You left the window open last night. There's a spider in the kitchen. I will pick it up and put it outside because it should live a happy little spider life with its happy little spider family. Straightforward, right? Intuition notices a couple of things, starts putting it together in your head. Window is open, there's a spider web, there must be a spider in the kitchen. And external feeling is like, okay, spiders are creatures, and let's pick it up and put it outside because it is harmless and it should live its happy little spider life with its happy little spider family. The NI-TI loop, though, is going to steamroll right over external feeling. And this is what it's going to look like. There's a spider web in the kitchen. You left the window open last night. There's a spider in the kitchen. Tegenaria domestica. That is a nocturnal arachnid. Cephalothorax approximately 4 millimeters in width. No known cases of human death from Tegenaria domestica spider bites. However, that doesn't mean you won't be the first. When I was a kid, I watched Arachnophobia, and right after I watched the movie, I went outside and I was looking for spiders to squish because I was really scared because there's that one scene where there was that giant spider in the barn. It was like, and then there was a garage that I had outside the house, and the garage kind of looked a little bit like the barn. Yep, classic revenge scenario. You know, spiders can lay over 1,000 eggs, which could probably easily overwhelm a human. Spiders lay eggs and chickens lay eggs, and almost every morning for breakfast I have a couple of eggs, and I usually put them. Guys, I don't think we're gonna die. Quiet you, the adults are trying to work this whole thing out. Then there was that one time where you bought a dozen chicken eggs from that lady that was on the farm, and that really nice lady was wearing a muumuu. And you were like, when are you due? And she was like, I'm not pregnant. And muumuu sounds like a cow, or at least that's a noise that a cow makes, and you were on a farm at the time. So this must mean there's a spider cow in the kitchen. I knew it. Spider cows. And, it's going to eat you. Even spider cows have feelings, you know. Wait. I hear it. I mean, it could be the dishwasher, but it's most likely the spider cow. We're gonna get eaten by a giant spider? Bruh, I only got a few minutes to live? Dude. Our only chance is to burn the house down. Alright, so there was that. The point of this whole thing is that the NITI loop does exist, and it's something that you experience as an unhealthy INFJ, really. By the way, this is just water. It's like, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'd at least wait till 9:30. This loop is pretty terrible, and it can be a kind of a horrific experience for an INFJ to go through it, and it really just feels like the walls are closing in and you're getting overwhelmed. And it's because you're overthinking. The good news is, there is a way to get out of it, and the way to get out of it is to engage that external feeling. That would be this guy. Do something that gets you to feel in some way, whether it's having a conversation with a person that you haven't talked to in a while, an old friend, or just even making a phone call and just how is your day and tell me about what's going on with you. And by the way, there's a spider cow in my kitchen, and what do I do about the spider cow? Playing music is another way to do it. Engaging in anything that's artistic that makes you feel. Watch the trailer for that Mr. Rogers movie that's coming out, for crying out loud. Like, that'll get you all the feels that you need. I truly hope that this ridiculous explanation of the NITI loop at least entertained you. I know it's not extraordinarily accurate, but it's pretty close. It's just our way of processing things and then getting stuck in this sort of horrifying pit of despair. Horrifying cognitive pit of despair. Whatever, if you know an INFJ and you find them kind of sinking into a depression and seemingly overwhelmed with a lot of things, there is a good chance that this is something that's going on. They're just overthinking something. And so talk to them and get them to come out of their shell. As INFJs, we are introverts, but we need to get out there and we need to be amongst people and feeling things. And that does help us become a healthier INFJ on the whole. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to catch you on the next video.